the city of the Goliaths, Algar, is like a giant bowl in shape, right? It is, or I suppose like an amphitheater as well, but not cut in half. So you've got these sort of slowly expanding rings of buildings that are cut into this sort of valley in the mountains beyond this huge mountain wall. And so you have all these various kind of larger buildings near the top, and as it gets further and further down, around the middle is where most of these Goliaths live. And from any street on the city, if you kind of walk to the edge, the balcony in the center, which, you know, if you're walking one way is always on your left, you can look over the railings and see down right into the very center. And the very center is this sandy area. It's almost perfectly circular, and is about 60 feet across. It's got this sort of glass-like magical dome over the top, and it is split into 4 sections like pieces of a pie. In one, there is a large pool of water. In another, there is a sort of strange chain contraption that hangs from the center of the dome. The rest is, the other 2, kind of opposite each other, are these kind of sandy, earthy areas. And this is where you stand. When you arrive back at Algar, it is immediately recognized the purpose for your visit. And so you are shown, without much ceremony, into this area. And you see that around you in the city, thousands of Goliaths kind of come to the railings to look down over you and watch whatever's about to happen. There is one Goliath, the one you've been speaking to this whole time, who stands in the dome with you. And he appears to be waiting, watching you, and kind of arms folded, just considering you all for a moment.
Is there any clear indication of what we should be doing, or we're waiting for him to give us a cue?
I would like to say that before we get started, that before or when we arrived here or whatever, Elishon performed her ritual to do the Bari's white circle.
Sure.
So that is
+1 AC, right?
+1 AC and 2 temporary hit points.
Did we want to have a telepathic bond at the same time?
Good idea. What were we going to say, Jade?
Heroes Feast?
I guess.
No,
I
mean...
You can do that if you want to have flown over. You can have a Heroes Feast. Or, you know, wait, have a Heroes Feast at home, and then teleport over. It's up to you.
We do all this preparation is like push against this log really hard.
Training montage.
I mean,
that isn't an object, so could Heroes Feast.
Heroes Feast, yay or nay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Never gonna turn down a Heroes Feast.
Yeah.
Who's ever said, man, we wish we hadn't Heroes Feasted?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, oh, geez, that was a waste of a feast.
Please don't feed me a magical hamburger.
Party sub.
Do we get temporary hit points?
9.
9.
Is it temporary hit points, or is that our maximum raising?
It's your hit point maximum raises.
Okay, so you have that plus
fancy.
Yeah.
So I'm at 146.
I have 200 hit points right now.
Whoa!
God damn. That is impressive. Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to do, like an MMO party before going in for a raid?
MMO party. What is that?
Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, what?
I know you're doing that on purpose. Being a Luddite.
I thought you meant like some kind of like a party, like
Massively multiplayer online role-playing.
No, I
game.
get that part. Yeah.
A buffing.
Well, you just imagine that people cast spells before going to raves.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Buffing
No,
and stuff.
yeah. Is there anything else you guys would like to have done beforehand? No. Okay.
No. Well.
No. Okay. Too long. So, the Goliath then finally decides to say something. He says, "So, God damn it, so the trial of the gates."
What? I can't speak up.
The trial of the gates.
Ah, sorry.
You are about to face a challenge, a trial. You will need wits, you will need speed, you will need strength. Defeat the 4 beings that you will face, and you will all receive a gate, all of your own. Do you have any questions?
I got a question.
Yes.
So you say defeat, you mean kill?
Yes.
What kind of beings?
You'll find out.
Are they bad? Are they, I don't know, you having us do your public executions for you? You know, I got a certain code of conduct. I don't kill no one, don't need to be killed.
These creatures, when you kill them, will not die. They'll merely return to where they are from. They are sentient and do this willingly.
Alright.
Any other questions?
Byronite looks around at the more Goliaths than we have ever seen ever, presumably, because we only saw about 3 previous.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the first time you saw them was the most Goliath, so yeah, every time you see more.
And no one else is in danger?
He shakes his head.
Very well.
He nods and turns on his heel and walks back.
Now, one more question.
Yes, looks over his shoulder.
I'm going to pull out a giant stogie and light it up.
Is there enough smoke?
He just walks away. And he kind of heads out, and the sort of stone door closes behind him, and you're just kind of left in this dome for a moment. And I'll take initiative rolls now.
Which dice?
Ooh, that's not bad.
That's a lot of dice he's rolling.
I mean,
Oh, that's
I get 6 initiative rerolls. It's fine.
You kept rolling ones?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I was all like, what? I rolled balls. 11. Wait, hold on. My proficiency bonus is nope, yeah, still 11. Jack of all trades.
I got non-natural 20.
Ooh.
Rather good for Byron.
Okay. So you
What did Crean get, Jade? You only put your one
yeah,
initiative.
because they act on the initiative.
Yeah, we act on the same initiative.
Like they always have and never not have. And you just interrupt my description for that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So the chain contraption above you, you hear this sort of clanking noise, and it drops, and you see that at its full length, it reaches to just about the floor, where it'd be skimming across the ground. You see, essentially, it looks like an anchor from a ship, only flat and bladed. And it sort of hangs and kind of creaks slowly in the center. From where it stands, or from just in front of where it stands, there's this kind of twisting whirlwind of sand. And from the center of that, creature steps out. He is maybe 10, 11 feet tall, with this sort of reddish purple skin. It is wearing this sort of bluish, almost like a kilt or a loincloth that kind of hangs down. And in its hands, it wields this giant two-handed scimitar. Its face is this kind of gnarled, almost orcish looking kind of visage of anger. And you see these kind of large pointed ears with heavy earrings that hang down from it, and these large horns that sort of stick out randomly. The creature kind of inclines its head in a bow to you and smacks the blade of its sword against its foot. And as it does, these sparks fly up and onto the blade, which then catches fire and begins kind of winding itself in slightly to raise. The creature then begins walking towards you. Now, just to sort of paint the scene for you, if you imagine, you're looking down at this, there's 4 sections, like I said, the 4 sections of pie: top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. The pool of water is in the bottom right, and the fire kind of, the fire blade is in the top left. Just, so we all know where we are.
And that's where the chain contraption is.
The chain contraption is in the center.
And dead center.
But it's sort of hanging down at an angle, yeah. But it's as it retracts, it sort of retracts towards the center. And so the creature that bowed then holds out its hand, and there's this kind of burst of flame, and you see another creature rise in front of it. And this one is different. It is something that you've all seen probably a few times, which is a fire elemental. This huge kind of hulking mass of just pure flame that smokes up and almost chokes you with its heat. And that is going to be its turn. Byron, would you like?
Just to get absolutely sure, so we're in one of the sandy earth areas, I presume.
I'm just kind of picturing you guys clustered in the middle.
Okay, we're in the middle.
Yeah.
Right, and one of the corners has water, and the other 3 are sandy areas.
Yeah. So
right,
if you're looking north, right?
Are they blocked off from us? The sections?
No, it is just this 60-foot diameter circle.
Byron just looking at this thing, like he has no idea what it is. Some like a demon. Or-
You can actually, you can roll a
Roll?
check because Byron definitely would have read about these. So you can history, arcana, whatever you want.
I don't. Not in this very moment because I rolled terribly.
I mean, how terrible is terrible?
Like 12, like just above 1.
Yeah.
It's enough to know type, maybe, but not exact.
Yeah, this is definitely an elemental creature.
So it is an element. Okay. Let's see which dice wants to behave itself. I'll go with that one. Okay. Byron kind of looks at this creature, and it's kind of like bowed to them, or kind of acknowledged them, and but not necessarily like murderous rage violence. He kind of looks up to the Goliath again. Is there any noise? Is there any cheering? Any gasps? Any indication?
You don't hear any noise from outside the dome.
Right. He looks back to this 11-foot creature and just gives it like a very curt nod, and then there's some hand gestures in the air, and he's going to tidal wave through the fire elemental.
All right.
Into the other elemental if I can.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Because we're quite close quarters.
Not fucking around.
So 30 feet long, so it should be able to. 10 feet wide, 10 foot tall, and they both have to make a dex save. On a failure, they take 48 bludgeoning and knocked over, prone.
All right.
And one thing should be, unless this is a super special fire elemental, which it could be, that fire elemental takes 1 damage for like every one.
Yeah, I know. I was just reading that. It's like
through it. Basically, it's dead because it's a fuck ton, unless it's very, very strong.
Well, it would take 30 cold damage for 30 feet of water moving through it.
No, but it's 30 feet of water, but it's 30 feet long, 10 foot wide. It's a lot of volume of water.
True. I actually think it would surely it should have like, take double damage from water, which is weird to me that it doesn't, but whatever.
It's not vulnerable. Okay. Fair enough.
There's no, that has no. But yeah, it's weird because like other elemental, like earth elemental is vulnerable to thunder, but the other
or for every gallon of water splashed on it, it takes 1 cold damage, and there's a lot of gallons in a tidal wave.
Yeah, well, it's over 1. So I will just say
it might still live. Who knows? I don't know.
If it saves, I mean, I don't want to work out how much water that is. We'll say, we'll say you can just kill it. But the other dude, he's gonna roll fucking well. 18.
Oh, that is my spell save DC.
Dope. How much does he take?
Is. So half as much damage isn't not prone. So 10.
10. Nice.
Yep.
Okay. And so there's sort of like there's this kind of and the water goes up. This thing kind of braces itself, the water hits it, and it kind of takes a step back. And then it's just kind of left standing there, and the water that like remains on its skin and clothes just begins to hiss and evaporate off immediately.
So I move back as far as I can possibly move back from the thing.
No. So the fire blade begins to spin above you like a helicopter, kind of flat, and then at once suddenly it just twists and its arc swings low towards one of you, which I rolled Elishan. So, dex save for Alishan, please.
Dex save. That's gonna be natural 1.
Ooh.
Yes, good roll. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Okay,
That dice
so you're
is
going to
gonna
take.
go over here and I'm not gonna use it again.
Oh, that is the single best roll I've ever rolled in my entire life. I'm not kidding. Just give me a sec.
Sure. Take your time.
48 fire damage as the blade just crashes into your back. And although, you imagine it would sort of cut you to ribbons, it just kind of explodes and kind of bounces off and twists back up and begins spinning above you again as you are just immolated. That was on 5d12. That was an 11, a 12, an 8, a 9, and another 8.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Awesome. Rose and Crean.
So Crean's gonna run up and slash the guy for a 25 and a 27.
Both hit.
Sounding a little smoky over there, Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done. It's fine.
You're practically smoldering.
Oh, those are great. Let me tell you right now. Uh, 23 points of damage total.
23. Okay.
I rolled shit on my damage. And then I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Nice.
19 to hit.
Hits.
13 points of damage for that. And then can I get a con save?
Con save. Yeah, that's a 13.
That is a fail.
Dude, it's con for days, actually.
So that is going to be 16 points of radiant damage.
Ooh. Liquid flame.
No, that's Word of Radiance.
Oh, what a radiance. Okay.
Nice. So this thing sort of stumbles back slightly from all the hits, but looks just as ready to go. Next, in the space, which, if we were looking at it as a compass, the red guy spawned northwest. The water is southeast, and this person is spawning southwest. Is this huge creature, not as tall as the first one, but wider. She appears to be made of sand and rock, and her face is this stone mask that doesn't move. She's wearing these kind of flowing brownish red robes and carries an enormous maul. And the kind of bottom half of her is this kind of swirling mass of rubble. She immediately lunges towards the back of the group where Remy is standing and is going to crush him twice with the maul, or attempt to. Oh, that's a crit. So that's going to be a crit on one and a 19 on the other to hit.
19 misses.
Nice. I need you to make a strength check, please.
Athletics or just strength?
Just strength.
Strength saving throw?
Check.
All right.
This weakness was food at me.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Reroll the one.
Reroll.
Oh, yeah, I've got luck. I've got all kinds of crazy... Oh, right, yeah,
You're
I don't even need
also-
to lose luck. We haven't played so long, I forgot how awesome I am. So that's a lot better. That's a 15.
That is a fail, though.
Ah, goddamn it.
So you're not prone. Just
I'll use 1 point of luck. I don't want to be knocked prone. Is that it? Just knock prone? Forget it. Never mind.
So you are Thor Ragnarok versus Hulked into the ground by this enormous hammer that is the head of which is about the same size as your entire body. You also take 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
Oh, sorry. You take, because it was a crit, you take 40. 40
4-0.
points of damage. Yep.
The opening round here.
Boom. Got you up against the ropes already.
Been
But it
itching
is
for
your
a fight.
It is
My
your go.
turn?
Yeah, you took a fifth of my health and went to go, man.
So Remy's gonna kind of like shove them all off him and stand up
That's a good swing there, sweetheart. Wah!
and just come in, just unload on her. Hey,
Sorry.
no juvenile humor.
Sorry.
Where's all my dice? It's going to be 4 attacks with the Sword of Feast of Famine active. Let me look at all the magical powers. Okay. So I've got a low roll is a 14. I'm sorry, my low roll is a 4.
You're looking for an 18 to hit this thing.
Okay, so one will miss, but then all the rest will hit.
Very nice.
3 strike. I'm gonna need my dice roller online here because this is ridiculous. Maybe I can just do it real quick. Okay. All right. First D6s, D8s. Ooh, good roll. Rolled 6, 6, 5, 4. So that's 12, 16, 21 plus 7 is 28 on the first strike.
Nice.
And I will regain 12 hit points.
Sorry, how many damage was that?
28.
Second strike. That's not as good. 6, 10, 11, 18, and I regain 6.
Okay.
And then the final hit. Pretty good. 10, 14, 21, and I regain 8.
Okay. Very nice. So this thing is like kind of squashed you and thought you were dealt with, and then has been kind of beaten back to its own surprise. Ella Shane.
Right. Ella Shan. So how far away are the 3 creatures right now? Is it
So
two
one is like close enough to where you could turn around and punch it, and the other one is maybe like 15 feet away.
Okay. And the fire elemental thing is that the fire elemental is dead, right?
Dead.
Okay,
Yeah.
dead. Okay. I probably can't get a 30-foot cube without hitting one of my friends then, and hit both of the creatures.
They're like on opposite sides to each other.
Okay, well, I am going to try and get away from the guy that's in front of me. I'm going to cast Thunderstep.
Nice.
That
That will hit Remy.
No, because Remy's on the other side fighting an Earth woman. I'm the one getting attacked by a fire blade.
No, so the fire one is nowhere near you guys, whereas the earth one is like right
So
up.
who hit me?
Pardon?
Who hit me then?
The fire blade. It wasn't
trap.
Yeah, it was a lair action basically.
Okay, so there's not 2 creatures. There's just
There's
the
2
Earth.
There's
creatures,
one in melee and one far away.
giant swinging autonomous fire blade.
Okay, so there's the fire dude with the scimitar, the
Wait,
Earth
2 o'clock to you.
club, and then also a flaming sword, sentient sword.
Well, it's described as an anchor, but yes.
Okay. But you said flaming sword whenever it hit me, so
Blade.
blade of flame.
It's a bladed anchor.
Okay.
As described. Uh-huh.
Okay, so within 10 feet of me is Remy.
Yes, and the big Earth dude.
Check.
I mean, I can take it, so I would just go for it.
Yeah, you probably take it.
Okay, fine. That's a Constitution saving throw for anyone within 10 feet of me. Then.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 10 for this thing.
And that's a fail. And
Mhm.
Remy passed.
Yes.
Cool. Let me get one more D10.
Doing Thunderstep?
I am. So Elishan, basically all like peace, I'm out, and loud clap of thunder, and she disappears from where she's at, and stuff rushes in, and that's 14 points of thunder damage to the earth chick.
Okay.
Remy half.
Okay.
Ow, my ear.
I'm going to teleport far away from all of the other creatures. So
Okay, so if you imagine it's a clock, right? One of them is at 2 o'clock.
mhm.
One of them is like near the center, but in the direction of 8 o'clock. So, you know,
Okay. Then the Earth area where there's.
at like 4, and then the opposite that.
I'm going to go about 10 o'clock then, because I don't want to be near the water pool. So
Okay.
like in like the wedge in between the two creatures, basically.
Yeah, that's cool.
Then bonus action.
Yeah.
I would like to inspire Crean to get him, little buddy.
Dope.
And she's gonna go get him, little buddy, with like a fist up in the air, and then go, fuck my ribs, and that's her turn.
Okay. And then there's a whistling kind of the sound of wind picking up, shall we say. And from above you lances down this blue gentleman whose legs end in these kind of dark, foggy wisps. He's dressed kind of like an Ashari nobleman and has a smaller scimitar to the red guy. I will say Elishan and Byron can make additional history/arcana checks to try and identify this group.
17. I'm still rolling below 10.
That's cool. That's enough.
I rolled a 16.
That's also enough. These are genies.
I thought so. Inspired wasn't as quick as me, but
These
Byron
are
doesn't play as much Dungeons and Dragons as you do.
no, it's true. But I've also the one with the strongest Ashari background. God. So you said a whistle of wind and a Ashari-looking nobleman with a smaller scimitar.
Yeah.
Does he seem to be made out of anything, or his bottom half is?
Yeah, he's clearly air-based because he flies down from directly above you and begins slashing at Rose. But rolls like an absolute dick. So, let's see. So this can be a 16 is the highest.
Yeah, it's a miss.
All right, so he slashes thrice at you, but you kind of just step back, and he sort of does like a tumble in the air and kind of begins just circling you above. Then, from at around 4 o'clock, the water erupts upwards, and the strangest looking of these creatures appears. Its bottom half is a whirlwind that sort of keeps it above, but the top half looks like some kind of twisted frog, also dressed fairly in a fairly expensive looking manner, except that it's got this kind of wide set mouth and these strange gills and spines, and this weird green scaly skin. It lets out this kind of awful screeching noise, and is going to summon up a huge ball of water, swallow it, and then spit it towards Byron.
Shit.
So, Byron, dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, it's an area of effect tag.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
But
he's not rolling
it's
to
only
hit me.
5 foot wide. Yeah.
Just 1 second. I just have to check one thing.
He wanted to use his illusion wizard. Haha, I wasn't really there.
Yes, I did, but I don't know if it has to have a to hit or if it's just any attack. Where are you, illusion wizard thing? Illusion itself. Oh no, it's attack roll.
Dope.
I just wanted to check that I could avoid
Roll
damage.
Roll your dex save, boy.
Oh shit. 12. Am I near
Fail.
Crean? Probably not.
No, because Kreen is 15 feet away from you fighting the Efreet.
Sure.
So, you take 17 bludgeoning, and you are pushed 20 feet towards Elishan. She is exactly opposite the water guy, the Marid. I don't think you're prone. Oh, yes, you are. Okay. You're not
prone.
prone, and you're sent hurling, so you just like tumble through the air and just land hard next to Elishan. Back to the top of the round, which is the Afriti's turn. And he is going to try and cut Kreen's head off.
As you do.
22 and 24 to hit.
Those both hit.
So Kreen is going to take
Is he within 30 feet?
of
Me?
yes.
I'm going to try and cutting words, one of those, if that's all right, or is it too late?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
22 was the lower one.
Okay. So Elishan's going to see the Ifrit strike towards Kreen, and she's going to. Oh, dang, she doesn't speak primordial, but she's just going to start cursing at it in abyssal to try and distract it. And roll an 8, so that 22 becomes 14.
Hooray!
So you only then take 10, 16 slashing damage.
That's 16 total.
16 total slashing and 4 fire, so 20 total.
So did you manage to cut one of the attacks out of 2 or 3?
Yeah. 2.
Right.
Okay, Byron, is your go.
So Byron fumes on the ground for a moment. I imagine there's like a shot of him, his fine clothes like soaked to the bone, and his glasses or whatever askew, and he kind of like stands up and like adjusts himself, and all of his clothes standing there. Takes a look to Elishan, and then look over at the Marid. Very quickly through the telepathic bond, because I'm going to make use of it and not spoil the surprise for everybody else. Through everybody in the telepathic bond, our group, I'm going to say, don't worry, this is just a fake. And then I'm going to cast Illusionary Dragon.
Oh,
because dude doesn't soak me in water without getting an 8th level spell. and I've wanted to use this for a while.
You soiled my clothes.
Yes, quite.
It's quite unbecoming.
So it's just semantics. So his hands come together, and there is it says gathering of threads of shadow material from the Shadowfell. You create a huge shadowy dragon in an unoccupied space. It lasts a spell duration, which is a minute. It is a creature. When it happens, everything has to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of it.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to being frightened. As a bonus action, I can move it 60 feet and blast it with a breath weapon attack. When you create the dragon, you create the type of it.
Yeah.
And they have to make an int saving throw because they're saving versus their mind, technically, and then they actually take damage because they believe it to be real.
Nice.
It is tangible shadow stuff, like it actually has a presence, but all attacks miss it automatically. Not that they necessarily know that. It succeeds all saving throws and immune to all damage and conditions. Creature that uses its action to determine the dragon as an illusion has to make an investigation check and can try and pass my DC.
Very nice.
If it's seen through it, it gets advantage against the saves. It doesn't even negate them. Like, it still has to make saves against the breath.
So to start with, though, they just need wisdom saves, right?
Yes, to see if they're frightened, unless they are immune to being frightened for being genies.
They aren't.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So DC 18 is what you're looking for.
Okay. So that's gonna be they get a bonus. Nice.
So I think like his arms come out and like they move slowly towards him, and it's like his hands are trailing through reality, and there's like you see the fingers like puncturing, and shadow starts seeping out, and this huge dragon just like fills up the space behind him, and then we'll breathe all over them because that will be my bonus.
So genies are all wise as fuck, so only one fails, which is the Ginny who's flying above you.
Okay, that's fine. And now bonus action, I'm going to breathe all over them. I'm going to choose necrotic because it's a shadow. I'm choosing it to be shadow.
Who are you breathing on?
It's a 60-foot cone, and we're in a 60-foot arena.
They're all in different directions. So, like, if
can I
unless
hit two of them?
The only way you could get them all is like put it right in a corner and blast everyone. But that would get you.
Is it possible to hit two of them and not my friends? Like maybe the one who's flying in the Marid, if he's distant.
Yeah, you could get the one who's flying in the Ifrit.
Okay.
They're the closest.
I'll do those two.
Okay. So the one who's flying does not have advantage on the save.
No, you only get advantage on the save if they take an investigation check to see whether it's real or not. That was to stop them from being feared. So
right. So
one of them is feared. So this
check or saves?
This is an int check. DC 18.
So that's a fail for the Jinnin and a fail for the Ifrit.
Okay. Let me roll the 7d6 breath weapon damage.
Fucking wizards.
You get all that on the first turn you cast it?
This is a bonus action to breathe, which is what I'm doing. The fear thing is
when you cast the spell.
When you cast it, and then a bonus action I can move 60 feet and breathe.
Awesome.
That's 27 necrotic damage.
Nice.
So yeah, they kind of try and attack it, and they find that it's immune to everything. Because it's not technically there, but it is technically there. This is like the biggest illusion spell in the game.
So I imagine to get it there, you sort of have to put it like near where the Marid is. So it's like, I don't know if it's flying or ground, but it would kind of be like over near towards like the 3-4 range to get people you want to get.
It could even be like crawling around the side even or something.
Yeah,
you know?
Clarity. Okay. So then it's the go of the mighty fiery blade So let's see who it's going to hit. That is Remy,
Bring it on.
which this thing definitely wasn't designed specifically to try and put down Remy a bit more with his 200 hit points. That's not quite as good a roll, unfortunately.
Is it an attack roll or a save or something?
Deck save.
Sorry, yeah, deck save.
Okay. That will be a 31.
Just about. Okay, then you take half of 33, which is 16.
Oh my. So it automatically hits, basically.
Yeah, it's a save versus half. So essentially, if you save, you're like ducking out the way, and just the like fiery trail of it is still burning you. So it's just this like, and it's so fast. Rose and cream. So there's these 4 weird genies. There's this swinging kind of giant axe blade anchor type thing that's just kind of beating the shit out of Remy a little bit. And there's now a giant shadow dragon that you've been told isn't real.
Green doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
gonna.
assuming you have to make the saves as well because you told them. Because they know that it's...
They know, but all that does is give them advantage on the saves. Because
yeah,
it's so convincing, I guess. And so real.
Yeah.
I mean, Kareen is immune to being frightened, so
but he can still take fire damage. Or
he could.
psychic or whatever.
Yeah.
Asshole dragon damage.
Asshole dragon damage. So he's gonna swing twice at the one that he was fighting. The lowest.
Ifriti?
Yeah, the lowest is a 27.
That's gonna hit.
And it's gonna be 30 points of damage for both hits.
Nice, I like it.
I'm gonna bring my spiritual weapon over and take a swing at the one that's attacking me.
Mm-hmm. Which is the plan.
Yeah. For a 29 to hit.
That hits.
It's only gonna be 8 points of damage, and then I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. 8.
That is a fail. Uh, 16 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Okay. And so you kind of just bat at this thing as it sort of just flies up and away. Next is the turn of the giant earth lady. And she is going to use her earth glide to go beneath you. I will say, Remy, you can have an attack of opportunity.
Suck a dick, you rocky bitch.
That's going to be a 22.
Just hits. Say just. It's like as close as you... It's not that close. It hits.
Okay, solidly.
I don't know why I said just, but it hits by like 4.
Trying to mess with my head.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. 12, 13, 14, another 21 hit points, and I will regain 5.
Nice. It's gonna glide beneath the earth and pop out at Byron. And it's going to take 2 swings. They're okay. Oh, no, it gets a massive bonus. Okay, that's fine. 25 and 19.
Well, shit. That 25, I'm going to use the illusionary self reaction.
Okay.
So she like springs out and the hammer comes down and he's stepped back and there's still like a Byron standing there and it just disappears. And then the other strike hits him.
Okay.
I would cutting words, but I don't have my reaction back yet from saving Cream from his hit. Sorry.
Cry.
Strength check, please.
Not good, strength check. Not good.
Okay. Is it less than an 18?
Yes, easily.
Okay. Well, you take 18 bludgeoning damage, and you are prone as the mole just squashes you down.
Do you have to
Okay.
concentrate? Yeah, okay. I
Oh,
can't
luckily I
words.
roll really well on the concentration.
That is good.
At least it is concentration.
That was like a
I-
23.
Yeah,
Oh.
nice.
Uh,
Okay. Okay, good. Then it is going to be the turn of Remington. So the one you're fighting has just disappeared. The nearest one to you technically is the Ginny, though you can't reach him.
Can I get to the
You can
the
get
Dow?
to any of them easily.
Yeah, let's go. I'll just follow the Dow who's fucking with Byron now.
I'm not done with you. Get over here.
So 3 attacks with Nancy, and then another one after that. Where's my die? So that's going to be a crit, 2 crits, and a where's the number? And a 23.
This Dow is going to die. That's my prediction.
So with the first strike, that's going to be 46.
Remy is mad.
3d8.
Don't mess with my Byron.
So that's 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 28, 36 plus 7 is 43?
Yes.
43 points of damage. And Remy's going to regain 18.
Mm-hmm.
And
One
then
hit.
That was 1 hit. Then the second crit, since I crit on 18 through 20 now, which is pretty sweet.
Jesus.
Here we go. It's 10, 16, 17, 20, 25, 29, 30, 37 on the second one.
Okay.
And then I regain, what is that? 11, 13?
Jeez, you regain on every hit.
Equal to the poison damage. Yeah.
That's bananas.
It's
It is.
bananas. BANANAS. And then the final hit, which was not a crit.
Let's just to save you rolling. Are you going to do more than 5 damage?
Yes.
You kill the Dow.
Okay.
So you see this thing just dissipate into a pile of gems and powder. As well as this, you see its mask, its robe, and its maul fall as you just slice into it.
Once I'm looking over a pile of dust and sand, what's the closest one to me?
Closest one would be the Ifrit. It's
Yeah.
about like 20 feet away.
I'll point the Sword of Feast of Famine at him and say,
All right, Sparky, let's tango.
and charge at him. If I can make it to him, I will, but otherwise I'll.
Not
last
with your, because you would have had to move about 15 feet to
Remaining
get
movement.
to the Dow. So.
Okay. Well then, yeah, Remy's doing his Naruto ninja run with the sword
Nice.
behind him.
Alishan.
All right, so there are creatures in front of me. How many can I get in a 30 feet of me, like from where I'm at right now?
Is it a cone or is it just a radius? Like, are you
Within 30 feet? It says.
okay? So you could get the
So up,
Jinn
down,
or
around,
the Ifrit or the
or
dragon.
I can't move 30 feet and then within 30 feet get more than one.
Well, I don't know what you like. Is it a radius thing?
It is 30 feet from me. So yeah, radius.
Okay.
Up, down, and around.
When you just said within 30 feet, so I assumed it was just a spell with a range of 30 feet. No. If you're trying to get more than one, you could get the Jinn and the Ifrit in one. But you might also get Remy in that. You would also get Remy in that.
Clearly not a big deal.
You would get Green.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Because I'm sorry, I'm at D&D Beyond, and it's got like the little sphere thing on like the range. But then I like reading the description of the spell. It doesn't make sense that it could go up into the air, but because I was wanting to do destructive wave. Because then
Well,
like
it emanates from you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the shockwave could go up.
Yeah. If it's just a shockwave, it makes a dome.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to move wherever I need to move within the little space to get the Jinn and the Ifrit and Elishan. And Elishan is going to pound her hand into the earth, and divine energy will ripple outward, and the creatures I choose will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Green, Remy, Byron, and Rose.
No, so the Ifrit and the Genie have to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes. Okay. The Ifrit is a 22. The Jinn is a 24.
Bastards.
Big old con scores on those bad boys.
I mean, that's all right. That's all right. They're still going to take half as much damage. They're just not knocked prone. So that is going to be 15, 19 points of radiant damage, no, thunder damage. And if this matters, I don't know if it does. And 17 points of radiant damage.
Oh, it does matter because the Jinn is immune to thunder damage.
Okay, then
So he just takes the 17.
Takes half of the 17.
So 8.
And then the other guy will take half of both.
Which is total again for me, please.
19, so 8 and 7.
So 15, thank you.
Not nearly as good as I was hoping it would be. And but because Byron is now concentrating on a big fuck off dragon, she's going to inspire Byron.
Very well.
Say anything?
That's what she says.
I'm sorry, I'm not a very good bard sometimes.
Okay.
Thinking
Byron basically in retort would say, well, they wanted a show, and he's like grumpy and dripping.
So don't worry, I can fix your jacket when we're done. Does that inspire you any?
Yeah, probably.
So, this will be fun. Remy, you are running towards the
Sparky. His name is Sparky.
Oh, you're running towards Sparky, which is just going to annoy me because that should be an electric guy. He's fine. You're running towards Sparky, and you make a strength check. Check. No, throw. It's check later.
Okay, what's happening?
Please. So, as you're making it, a whirlwind is summoned around you.
Oh boy.
You stop running if you fail.
It's a 15.
Yes,
sorry.
stop running. You are considered restrained.
Shit.
So, yeah, enjoy that.
Remember, he's scared of the dragon. Just to remind you, the Jinn.
Yes.
Cool.
But he's not scared of Remy.
No.
The Marid, however.
Probably should be.
Probably. Yeah, I would be.
He's maybe uneasy about Remy. The Marid is going to attack the dragon. Oh, he missed. Would you believe it? So just kind of squirts. Oh, actually, no. He pulls out a trident and begins poking at it, and
He's a squirter, huh?
nothing happens.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
So, just for that, the free.
I'm just saying everything that happens to with Byron, but with a Brazzers logo over it.
Amazing.
A very niche genre of porn. What's happening right now?
Mhm.
So,
Extra dimensional squirters.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
so, the free. Let's see. Yeah,
I think you've done for your turn. It's an hour free. Yeah.
Yeah.
New round.
yeah, I know. I'm just working out if he's going to cast a spell or not, which he's not. He's going to try and slice into, what's his face? Crean. Oh, that's a
With
natural 17,
disadvantage?
natural 18.
Oh wait, you said the last thing was a saving throw, right? Did I have Crean's bonus?
No, because you didn't.
You're too far away from Crean, I
How
guess.
close do you have to be for Crean's bonus?
10 feet.
Because he's not
That's
level
not
18.
and how much?
Okay.
He's
How
not.
much movement do you get in a turn?
You told me I get 25, so it couldn't
Okay,
He
have
ran across to save me and then went for the guy, so I don't think he has
It's
enough.
15 feet to get to Byron and the Dow. You killed the Dow, and the Dow is like 20,
I don't
So
20 feet away.
I would have
So
moved another 10 feet away, so I don't know if
you are. You're on the cusp.
It's already happened.
Okay. To be fair,
We'll sort you out, don't worry.
to be fair, Crean should have had to fight the dragon because I forgot where he was. So trade off.
It's part of the rarely telepathic bond. I mean, it doesn't stop him from attacking the dragon if he wants. But
No, as in, sorry, not fight the dragon. He should have had to make a save.
Yeah.
Because you did it so that you could get the Ifrit and the Jinn, but Crean is like
the breath
up
weapon.
in the Ifrit.
Crean is also small, and I was hitting a flying guy and a guy who's 12 foot tall, so he might have managed.
It might have been just fine.
It's a 60-foot.
He ducked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah. Okay.
But anyways, the guy's attacking with disadvantage because he's scared of the giant dragon flying over him, right?
That's the Jinn. The
Oh.
Ifrit is fine to slam with the Crean.
The
Damn.
Jinn's the only one that failed, I think.
Gotcha.
So that is going to be a 30 to hit because he crit, and a 26 to hit Crean.
Those miss.
I believe you.
He ducks.
Yeah.
He ducks. Motherfucker.
So
It's fury of the small.
Crean takes
Fluffernutter.
18, 24, 34 on the first attack, and 13 on the second attack. So 47 all up. Excuse me. And then Byron, it's your go.
So I see
A little silhouette.
wind have enveloped Remy, presumably from the Jinn.
So it's just this swirling whirlwind that's kind of dust colored, and you hear various expletives.
I'm enveloped. Ah!
Oh, damn, Remy's reading is getting very good.
Yeah, his lessons are coming on very well.
His word of the day calendar said enveloped, and he's like, I hope you get a chance to use this today.
Well, he probably says it like,
I'm enveloped.
I'm enveloped.
yeah.
Enveloped, yeah. Diddle-a-doo. Oh, I don't. Do I know enough about genies to know if they're like resistant to, charmy mentally type effects? I presume so, being inhuman.
I mean, you can make a thingy. Check.
But can I just do it for free, or will it take my turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Arcana check or whatever it is.
Yeah.
25.
For 25, you think that whoever designed the genies didn't do a very good job because they seem to be missing like half the cool shit that they should have. And genies have no fucking mental shit.
They're not like immune to being charmed,
No,
even though they're like
Yeah.
the people who do deals and whatnot. I suppose they get trapped in lamps all the time, so they must be
Sure.
stupid. Oh,
Yeah, those stories are filled with stories of like genies being tricked by mortals and shit like that.
Yeah.
that's
Fair
very
play.
true.
The wisdom score is way dumb.
I'm now trying to find something. What I was going to do is concentration, and I can't because of
Yeah, do it.
dragon.
No, do it. No,
No.
do it.
No.
No, do it.
No. Really? Is that all I can resort? The only thing I can resort to is firebolting. That seems
You're
poor.
a rubbish wizard if that's all you can do.
I mean,
Maybe you should just do that concentration one.
no, because I can't chain lightning it because I saw that it was absorbed, and
Thought.
Well, lightning
Absorbed.
is different than thunder damage, Byron.
Correct.
I could also probably guess that maybe.
Yeah, you got a 25. It's like this dude
Nah.
drinks thunder and lightning in the mornings.
Tell you what, why don't I breathe over him first and see if that shakes his concentration? It probably doesn't, but this time Queen will probably have to make the save, I guess. I will breathe over them both, the Ifrit and the Genie. The Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
So int saves. And from Queen. So there's probably an apologies, Queen.
21 from the Jinn.
Yes.
Crean has advantage and has inspiration if he needs it, Jade.
He has advantage.
If I
Yeah.
told him it is fake,
Yeah.
he gets advantage on the breath.
It's advantage
yes.
as well.
He has a 19.
No, because they haven't figured out that it's fake yet, Rob.
Oh no, that's correct.
I've told them telepathically, so the raries actually work.
Yeah, Mubby. So it's going to be a 14 for the Ifrit and a 20. What did I say? 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
more than my save. Is Kreen okay?
Yeah, he's okay with the advantage.
Okay, so he still takes half, but that's half at least. This time it was 32 necrotic damage.
Damn.
That's the bonus action.
So that's going to be.
So can the Jinn make a concentration check?
Yeah. So he succeeded, so he takes half, right?
Yes.
And
So
then his
18.
save. Yeah. 16. You said 32.
Yeah, he took 18 damage because it was halved.
So he
Yeah,
has to
but
make
you-
10 or better.
So he has to
Yeah,
do a
but
10
you,
by the.
you said it was 32 is the full amount.
Yes.
So it's 16 is half.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Crap.
So 10.
I.
Good try.
Easy mode.
I have another. The thing is, I could have counterspelled it if I knew what was going on, but
You
it wasn't
could
described as a spell. But it's
Yeah.
fine. It makes
You
for a
didn't.
cinematic battle. I'm gonna firebolt. Why not? Let's try hit the Jinn because everything else is just like massive area of effects and concentrations. 13 plus 10, 23 to hit.
Hits.
It's the Jinn. Do. Where's there you go. 21 damage
21 damage.
from Zephyr, which hopefully affects him.
So the Jinn sort of like, I imagine it hits him and he sort of does like a mid-air backflip. He's going to make another concentration check. Yep. He keeps rolling below 10, but he needs to roll a lot less than that to. Do you get your Is it just a straight?
It's a save.
It's a roll with your con. So you said they had lots of cons.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's got +6 to his con. So yeah, he's not failing those 10s really. Okay.
He needed an 11 that time, but still.
Yeah. So finally, it's the turn of the Fireblade. So let's see. That's going to be a 4, which is Rose. So Dex save, please, Rose.
Oh, I got Dex for days, yo.
I accidentally rolled a d20 in addition to that for some reason, but I didn't mean to.
That is going to be a 16.
That's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 36 points of fire damage as the thing just whips down, smashes into you. And it is the turn of you and Crean.
All right.
Tell you what, I couldn't have saved you from that with the counterspell because I used the reaction to save one of the attacks against me from the Dow. So I wasn't an idiot. So it works.
Nice. It's also not
I don't think you could have counterspelled the whirlwind anyway. That's what you're talking about.
It's not a spell.
Oh.
It's a spell-like ability, but
right.
It's not actually technically a spell.
All right. I'm gonna do 21 points of healing to everyone in a mass healing word,
including the Ifrit. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
How much did the Fireblade hit you for? Sorry, Rose.
36.
36. And then I'm going to need a con save from the jerk face in front of me.
The Ifrit?
Yep, the jerk face in front of me. Whoever's in front of me attacking.
25.
And that is a...
Sorry, 26.
All right, and then Kareen is going to take 2 swipes at the jerk face in front of him.
Okay.
And that is going to be... double 16s on the die, so those are both hits.
Yep.
Uh, 32 points of damage.
Okay. The thing stumbles back, falls onto his back, gives Kreen a curt nod, and vanishes, leaving behind everything he was holding and wearing. So the kind of weird robe thing, the ankle and arm bracelets that he was wearing, these gold bands, and then his giant-ass sword.
Is this the Ifrit that died?
Yes.
Or
Next.
faded?
The Merid is going to have a real close-ass look at the dragon. And probably... they're quite smart. 18?
Oh, that is my save.
Number.
Yes.
That's twice now you've hit my save exactly.
Cool. So he knows it's an illusion, right? So
He knows it's an illusion, but it still can hurt him because it's that good.
But he knows he doesn't have to attack it anymore, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or he wouldn't attack it.
That it's pointless too.
But that takes his action to investigate it. Nice. It's an illusion spell. So
I like.
So it's him
he's
just like prodding the trident repeatedly, like.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he's just gonna bloop, 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 down into the water.
Out of sight?
And out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm not really sure why he just went, because he skipped like 3 people's goes. So, Remy, your turn. If anyone wants to attack the Merid, I'll let you, because I was dumb.
Well, I'm still trapped in a whirlwind, right?
You can make a strength check.
I will want him to make a strength check.
I'll show you.
15 is going to fail, but I'm going to spend a luck point. Roll that again.
Go on,
Right?
go on.
15 is going to fail?
Yep, 15 is going to fail.
Nope.
Yes. Whew.
I mean, I could keep spending luck points, I guess. The hell else am I doing today?
Do it.
I'll do one more.
No, I think
There you go. That's a 19.
Yeah, it's a success.
Hooray! Probably just gonna do it to me again next turn. God damn it. Is there
That
anything
is
on the
your action.
ground? That was my action. Is there anything on the ground that I can move towards?
No. There's the Marid in the water and the Jinn in the sky.
I'll run into the water and jump in.
Okay, the water is right on the other side, so it's like 30 feet away.
Oh, never mind. I'll move to the edge, not necessarily jump in, but I'll
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And you can move 25 feet that direction.
Yeet.
Yeah. So you're like right up as the Marid is like poking the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Ella Shane.
Ellie Shane, it's your go, girl. I think Elishan is going to gonna look around at the two remaining creatures, and her eyes are going to flood black as she is is casting eye bite, and doesn't seem fair to choose the myriad just because it's about to go underwater, so I'll roll for it. Huh?
You can
mean-
because it's,
It kind of seems kind of gamey.
Oh,
Is
do whatever you want me.
Okay, but yeah, I was gonna go after it. No, I'm gonna go after the Ifrit, and he needs to make a wisdom. Jinn, the Jinn. A wisdom saving throw from the Jinn, please.
Okie dokie. 20.
Okay, fine. Her eyes are still black, but he saves against falling asleep.
Nice. Does he take damage still?
No.
Okay.
But I still have it up so I can target another creature
Cool.
the next go.
Yeah.
I'm concentrating on it.
In that case, it's his go. He is going to swoop down towards Byron.
Don't get any closer to the dragon. Remember,
Yeah,
the
but
dragon near me.
I thought
The
you put it on
Jinn,
the side.
the
so that
Jinn
it could-
isn't afraid of it,
Yeah.
right?
No, the Jinn is the one that's scared of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the only one that is.
I
If
gotcha.
you wanted to get the, I said if you wanted to get the Ifrit and the Jinn, you had to put the dragon about 4 o'clock.
We're
And
talking
you're
about the
currently
fear effect, not
up
the-
at 10 o'clock because
Okay.
because you got shot over there by the Marid.
Right, fine. I would have tried to move nearer the dragon, but yes,
But
go
you
for
didn't.
it.
You didn't say that that's what you're doing, so that's why you're not.
Fine. 'Cause I thought I was near the. Never mind. I
Sorry.
didn't get shot around. It's
Sorry, don't worry. That's a 18 and a 24 to hit you.
Both hits.
Oh, he gets to choose the type of damage he deals. That's pretty interesting. So you're going to take 11 slashing and 3 lightning, we'll say, from the first one. So 14 on the first one.
Okay.
And what's it? 6, 11 slashing on the second one, and 2 thunder. So 13 total on the second one.
Okay.
So that's what, 2 con checks, right?
Two
you have to be at
separate attacks,
10.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, for the dragon, yeah. Okay, that was a 19 on the dice. That's fine, and that's a 16 on the dice, so that's fine.
Nice.
Plus.
Oh, 3
8.
attacks. My apologies, sir. 28 to hit.
That hits.
I was thinking it was like his attacks are a bit weak. That's a 10 slashing on the last one and 2 lightning for a total of 12 on that one.
That's 17 on the dice.
It's just
Plus 8.
frequency. We're working with probability.
Yeah. Fair bit of damage. And should have done something defensive at any point during this battle, but he's fine. Maybe.
Very well. Then it's the turn of the Marid. He bloop, 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 and all that. Then it's the go of the Ifrit. He's dead. Byron.
Crap. How beaten up does Marid look?
Good question. The Marid has not been touched once.
He's been breathed on twice.
No, the Ifrit and the Jinn were breathed on.
Sorry, I meant the Jinn because he
The
was in my
Jinn
face.
is looking fairly shite. He's about 2/3 of the way down.
I'm going to go greater invisibility. So I'm going to pop from his vision directly in front of him, unless he has special vision.
Oh, he's the fucking one genie he doesn't. Or it's more actually, he's not the one genie that does. My apologies.
Right. So yeah, I poof, and out of surprise almost, as he's sort of carving me up, and then I will attempt to run away.
Does he get a disadvantage opportunity attack?
Sure. I guess that seems to make some sense.
He's gonna spin in a whirlwind. There you go. That's gonna be 14.
That would hit, so I'm going to use shield
Okay.
as my reaction. And
I thought isn't your AC like?
it's 15 if I had mage armor on, which I don't because I didn't say I did it.
Oh, so
and
your
I
AC
also didn't use mirror
13?
image.
What are you playing at? That's the real question.
Well, Byron wasn't necessarily sure this was going to be a combat encounter immediately, and then we made our preparations and whatnot. So
Yeah.
8 hours, man.
So I've got out the way. I will then use the dragon to breathe on him. Can I hit the Marid as well, or just the
You
water
can
where the Marid is?
The dragon is it's kind of difficult, right? So
The dragon can move 60 feet, so we could rotate around this.
if the dragon kind of moves to like 1, he could get every single living thing. But there's no way to get both of them without getting some of your party.
Okay, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to clear the distance from that thing, and then I'm going to have the dragon breathe on it, hopefully not hit anyone else safely.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can easily do that by moving you and the dragon.
He has to make a save.
What's the save? Int.
18. Int.
He has +2 int. That's a natural 17.
Right.
19.
He still takes a bunch of damage.
Yeah. I'm rolling super well tonight, you guys.
22, half to 11, necrotic. You are rolling quite well. Make it for a good fight.
Yes, this thing is really starting to look quite rough now. That is the end of your go, Byron. It is now the turn of the mighty Fireblade. Ooh, that's a 5. That is Crean.
Little buddy.
31, 39, 43 fire damage Crean takes.
Yeah, he's got a 26 on his.
If he saves.
Yeah.
So then it's 21 if he succeeds.
Okay.
And then it is Rose and Crean's go.
Move to the one guy we can see, I guess. Or Green's gonna move up, and I'm just gonna move my spiritual weapon. Uh, 25 is and a 28 to hit for Green.
Yeah, easy.
Shit damage.
Hello?
27 points of damage.
27.
Yep.
Throw a smite on there.
And it's gonna be a nat 1 for my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And then I need a. Let's go with a dex save.
23.
All right, and that's our turn.
Very well. Remington.
Can I get to the Marid?
You can, though he is underwater.
Can I get to the Ifrit? Or the Genie? Genie?
Sure.
Okay. Well, then I will kill him good. Let's kill it. Three strikes. That's a natural 20. A 3, which probably misses. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. And a 29. So 1 crit, 1 hit. One more D4.
I mean, let's be real here. This
Well,
thing
I
ain't
want to.
this attack. No, because you need to roll. I'm just saying. Your character in the next game is getting nothing but rubber chickens.
Dude, you gave me this sword. I don't know what you were thinking.
Yeah. I also made more of them for you guys to find.
I don't get that. Okay, so that is 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 32 points of damage with the crit.
It dies.
Can I make it to the edge of the pool?
Not in the same round. Like it took all your movement to get over to the gin. Definitely.
I'll get. Sure. If I can, I'll get close to the area, and I'll just hold my final
start
attack.
that way, definitely. Alrighty. So we have one contender remaining. Let's see. I should probably have looked that spell up beforehand, but there we go.
Is it my turn?
Yes. Sorry.
Can I see the myriad?
No.
I cannot see him.
Just murky, sandy ass water.
Anybody have control water?
I know someone who does.
Let's see. Do I need to be able to see for that?
I'm just going to say that the dragon would have dropped and I wouldn't have been able to breathe on it because I cast Great Invis.
Okay.
Which is 11 damage, which I'm sure Remy would have easily done if he hadn't already died. So
yes,
not a problem.
Okay, I don't need to see it to cast Synaptic Static, so Elisha's going to snap her fingers, and the murky ass sandy water, as you put it, is going to explode with a bit of psychic energy. So it's an intelligence saving throw from the mirrored, please.
Well, it's the smart guy, but he rolls like a dickhead. So that's a 10.
Nice. He's going to take 8d6. And that's 10, 20, 9 points of psychic damage. And he has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During this time, he rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all attack rolls, ability checks, as well as constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. He makes an intelligence saving throw at the end of his turns to end the effect.
Excellent.
How much damage did you do, sorry?
29.
29.
Okay.
Which, is not that bad because it doesn't really change what he's going to do. It's his turn. He's going to summon a water elemental. So there's now a water elemental that just whelms up out of the water and begins charging towards you guys. Though I don't think... what's his movement? 30 feet. Okay, yeah. So it can get to Rose, who's sort of near the center. That is going to be, it gets 2. Okay. A 23 to hit Rose. And 14, 21 to hit. Jade?
Only one of those hits. The 23 is a hit. The 21 is a miss.
God damn. Dog shit damage. 8 damage, bludgeoning.
Sweet.
Okay. And that is the turn of the Marid. He gets to make a save. Come on. Natural 16. Plus 4, 20.
-6.
Pardon?
Wait, hold on. Is it saving throws? No, just checks. No, and as well. Oh, damn.
I guess, does it get to save at the end of each of its turns or something?
Yeah, here's the thing. It says that attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws. So it's only the Constitution saving throws for concentration. That's the only saving throw. It's got just it loses the 6 on. But yeah, so it saves. Damn it.
Cool. Yeah, and it's still underwater, just bubbling around. Byron, it's your go.
Okay. Now, there was something clever that I thought about only after I cast the dragon. I have animate object. Can I animate the giant flaming anchor and control its swings? No?
Does the spell say non-magical object?
It says an object comes to life. Oh, 10 non-magical objects. Oh no, hang on. That's 10 non-magical or like one huge one. Crap! I thought I was being really smart that I could just like direct it because that's what I thought of doing instead.
Dylan, this is why you get the nice swords.
You could try and dispel it.
Is the chain non-magical? Can I direct the chain? Just like find the bit that isn't magical.
It is. It and the chain are part of the same object.
I am sad. I was thinking, oh, that would be so cool if I could swing this thing at other people.
Can you dispel it?
I don't have dispel. I have counter because dispel is a cleric-y thing, and can bards take it? I just thought I have counter spell, and that's the thing that I dedicated to, and I have a lot of spell slots to doing that. We can't see through this water. Is it still murky as shit?
Yeah, it's very murky. Like if you got close and really looked, you could see probably. It's not terribly deep, but yeah, like from a distance, it just looks dark and kind of sandy. But it's not huge. It's only about like 15 feet, kind of diameter pool. So like, big stuff's still gonna hit it.
Okay, if I hadn't dropped the dragon, which I should have thought about, I was gonna have it crawl in there and just breathe around. Mostly with a necrotic thing.
Let's not do that in people's ears, because oh my god.
Pretty hurt as well. I was just a lose-lose, I think. Bloody hell.
Do you think could I tidal wave the water and it do something like wash it out or push it around or something? I don't.
Yeah, with control water.
Do you have telekinesis?
I don't, but also I think I'd need to see it, wouldn't I?
Don't you have reverse gravity?
Earthen grasp.
I need to see it for Earthen Grasp, and like reverse gravity, I don't have right now because
hold your action.
Wall of Force.
You could try to summon the Wall of Frost like in the water.
Wall of Force.
Wall of Thorns.
Force.
Your favorite trick.
Yeah. I do like cheap force stuff.
Am I able to like form a dome underneath the water and like push it up, and maybe push
Yeah,
it out of the water with
can you-
throttle force?
That's a bit
No.
like, but
Okay.
I'm actually up for you doing that. I think it's a cool idea. You can do it if you want.
Fuck it. I'll just Bigby hand. I'll just like start wading with Bigby's hand because I
No.
like the idea of the wall force, and I'm glad that you accepted that. But that's Bigby's hand is more legit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to summon on a target. I am going to.
Scoop the water with.
Yeah,
You feel like you're
effectively, I'm just gonna go right through it. Like, I think that is like forceful hand. I'm going to attempt to push the creature out. Basically scoop it out of the water and carry it out.
Does it get a strength check to push back against
This
Bigby?
this is us being a bit interesting with the rules. So yeah,
Mhm.
however you think it can avoid a huge hand scooping the water and trying to lift it out of the water,
Because doesn't Bigby's hand have a strength score?
it does.
Okay,
It's
so
like 26. We can
yeah,
make opposed checks.
I think so.
Do you want me to do it at disadvantage because I can't see the thing?
No, because I think it's all right. Because like
Okay.
it's a big old boy, this creature. So like, it's not. But this Marids strong as fuck.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, 22 strength.
That's what it rolled on its athletics.
No, that's what its strength score is.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, they get a +6. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a 21.
So
Uh,
if the target is
oh.
medium or smaller, you have advantage.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
medium
big
or
though.
smaller?
It's large.
Oh, it's large.
It's large.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got 15 on the dice plus 8 for the
It
strength
also
of
got
26.
15 on
Oh, 23. Nice.
Yes.
They both
Um,
got fucking 15. Nice. Yeah. So you just see this kind of sad-looking fish creature just get.
A frog. So I'm just imagining like this big purple hand holding up like this little green frog, and it just goes.
really sadly, I
Squish
love
it.
that image. So yeah, so that was forceful hand. I can't attack it, but I've just effectively pushed it out of the water or something and picked it up.
It's like scrabbling with its little rat hands to try and get back.
So everyone has basically the time to beat up on it.
Yeah. But first, it's that time of the round, ladies and gentlemen, where I'm going to make one of you roll a d6. Byron, you roll a d6 for flubbing the fish.
Shall do. 4.
Bad luck, Rose.
Yay.
Okay, that's a good roll.
Way to go, Dan.
Okay, so 20.
3. Oh.
20 damage.
9. No. 20, you need to make a deck save, though. 29. 36. 44.
I failed my deck save. So 44 damage.
44 fire damage.
Oh, jeez.
Meh.
I love that. Rose gets back up, does the whole spit blood out and fist across the mouth, and then just goes meh as this huge blade hits her.
Rose and Karina, it's your go. There's water elemental that's beating up on Rose. Not very well though. And
That's how it whelms her.
Yeah, right.
big old Marid just bubbling about.
It's all deflated and stuff, just sat on
I
his
imagine
hand.
it's trying to scrabble on its stomach back into the water and get around the hand, and the hand's just slowly moving to keep blocking its path. Poor guy.
I'm going to. Kreen's gonna come to the water elemental and make 2 slices.
2 slices of water elemental coming up.
Yep. For a 15 is the lowest, and a 27 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay. $28 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to take a swipe at it with my spiritual weapon.
Nice.
19. So,
To hit. That
Yep.
hits.
So that is 12 points of damage, and then I need a con save.
Con save. That's a D12. Natural 19.
That's a success.
Nice.
That is our go.
Okay. Remington.
Can I get to the Murd?
You can.
I would like to eviscerate it. 3 strikes. Ooh, natural 20.
Jeez, you crit every round.
Go and brush my shoulders off. It's a 15 and a 7 is the low roll there, which equates to a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, hey! All right, so roll that crit first.
Oh, bam.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. 10, 16, 20, 22, 27, 34 points of damage.
Nice.
Crit. And then I'll just roll all that together for my other 2 hits. Which equates to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 22, 27, 26, plus 14 is 40 points of damage.
Nice. Very easy maths.
And then my offhand attack with my standard rapier is a crit with a 19.
God damn.
So that's 2d8, 2d4, and that's it. Um, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17 plus 6 is
23.
23 points of damage.
Nice. All right. This thing's not looking too bad, despite, flubbing around.
Like 97 damage or something in that turn.
Yeah.
That's probably like half its hit points.
I can actually tell you. Yeah, it was 97 exactly. Good maths.
Nice.
So then it is the turn of Elishan.
Elishan is gonna try something that she probably should have tried back when the fight first started, and she's
Classic
gonna,
Elishan.
sometimes her int is her lowest score. So or besides her strength, she's going to point her finger at the myriad and tell it to go home and cast banishment. And
Okay.
that's a charisma saving throw.
Yeah. Good one. Oh, okay. 23?
God damn it!
You're trying to out charisma fucking genie, bro.
I mean, go fuck itself.
I mean, she's pretty cute.
So's the fucking frog guy.
So cute.
Although I don't like the deep south references like that. Go home. Stop taking our jobs, Myriad.
I mean, that's not how I went with it at all. And I'm kind of worried that that's where you went.
Building
But it's
between
more about you
the
than it
material plane and the elemental plane of water.
Yeah.
More like the Harry and the Hendersons thing. Go home, we don't want you anymore.
Pretty much. But yeah, I guess that's
Cool.
I guess
Good
that's
waste of
my
your time,
go.
as usual.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Real good, Rob. Thanks. And then mocking me for it too.
I mean, you must be used to it by now.
We're all here for the victory.
Mm-hmm.
Strength save Rose, please. As the water elemental is going to whelm.
God damn it. Oh, but I get Crean's
Ooh.
bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not gonna really matter at all because that is gonna be a 9.
Oh,
Dope.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's just a whelm. It's not that bad.
No.
You take
She starts drowning.
14 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Not grappled.
You're restrained and unable to breathe unless you can breathe water.
Oh, I can totally do that. It's one of my hill dwarf features.
Yeah, they have gills.
Hill dwarves are famous swimmers.
It's going
Exactly.
to also whelm Kreen next turn. That's going to be fun. So you can have fun with that. Meanwhile, the Merid itself is going to... yeah, it's just going to trident Remy a couple times. So it sort of gives up on trying to get around the around the hand, pulls out its trident and just jabs it twice towards your eyes.
the hand
Ew.
isn't grappling it, so it could
No,
live if it wanted.
That was just a flavor thing.
Sure.
Flavor. Okay, that's going to be a crit and a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
Oh, no, 14, sorry, 24.
I'm going to spend my last luck point and force you to re-roll the crit.
This is why you don't get nice swords anymore.
Has nothing to do with my sword.
26.
26 hits.
Good. Okay, so that's going to be 12 piercing on the first one and 18 piercing on the second one.
I'm confused. You hit me. You rolled how many
He
times?
corrected himself. It wasn't 14. It was 24.
Yeah, it was a
second
24 and a 26 to hit.
24 and 26 both hit.
And so it was, help me out,
12
Dan.
and 18.
12 and 18.
So
So
30
30
points.
points of damage, yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay, you'll go.
Whose turn?
Byron.
Byron.
Misa. We're on another round. Might as well stick with the Bigby's hand. So I'm not sure if it moved off the hand to attack Remy or if it's just still sat on it, but I guess I'm going to attempt the grasping hand because I think it's more visually flavoursome as all the fingers just wrap around it to try crush it.
It acts like one of those stress balls where the eyes pop out.
Yes.
I was thinking of exactly that.
So we grapple.
But if you squeeze it, it gets its water jet attack as you squeeze them.
Sure, I'll allow it. Go
All
for it.
It's going straight at you. No, that's right.
Yeah, so we grapple.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 19 on the die.
He rolled a 4 on the
Plus
die.
8. I
Plus
think
6.
I win.
I think you do.
Cool. Oh, that's my bonus action. Oh no, bonus action is to squeeze it. Okay. So yeah, it grapples and then it's going to squeeze it as a bonus action. So when you do, it takes bludgeoning damage equal to 2d6 plus my spell casting. So, 5 and a 6. 11 plus 5 for 16 crushy damage.
16.
Yes. So as Remy is slicing it up, the fingers go and the eyes bulge. I
Nice.
think that's actually my bonus action to command it.
Cool.
Command. When you as a bonus action, I'll just say that's. I think I grappled it as an action and then squeezed it as a bonus.
Okay.
That could be my turn.
Cool. Then Jade, you can roll the d6 to see who gets hit with the fire blade.
The 3.
A 3 is Remington. So, dex save, please, Remy.
Oh, you betcha. That's an 18.
18 is a fail.
Ooh,
34 points of fire damage.
don't like that.
Rose and Crean.
All right. Crean is gonna take 2 slashes at the elemental.
Yep.
The 13 and oh no, not 13. It's a 25 and a 29.
Both hit.
And he's gonna drop some smite into this fucking thing.
Nice.
So bear with me while I math.
Yeah, Marin's actually fucking beefy boys. They don't do much damage, but boy howdy do they not die. And they got resistances. The ace. Acid, cold, and lightning.
Nice.
And blind sight.
Useful being a water creature and being resistant to lightning.
They're just shit at everything else. Like doing damage.
$47 points of damage.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
And then can I try to break free?
You can. Strength check.
Strength check is going to be a 16.
You are free.
Is that
Although-
mad?
Yeah, no, that's it. You're free.
And then I still get my bonus action to smack it with a spiritual weapon.
Sure.
That is going to be 13 points of damage. Is
Nice.
it dead yet?
No,
God damn.
not even close. Remy. Is your go, Dylan?
Oh my god. Sorry about that. I had someone at the door.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Merritt is still alive?
Everyone's still up.
All right, I'm gonna whoop on it. What do you find so funny about my whooping? That's another crit. And with an 18.
I think you kill it with your modifiers at this point.
Oh, no. That's 2 crits,
No,
2
let's
18s.
say don't roll it.
And then a 3. That probably misses.
I mean,
Um,
that's what, 15 to hit?
15, yeah.
Yeah, it misses.
Okay. So that's going to be 4d6, 2d4, 2d8. Ten, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21 plus 7 is 28. And I'm going to heal for 13, no 14. And then I roll that shits again. Oh god, rolling a lot of ones on these guys. Jesus. 5, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Plus 7 is 26. And I'm going to
kill it.
Ha ha!
So
Just die, you frog-faced fucker! Ah!
Then explodes water all over me.
yeah, it explodes outwards, only leaving its dope-looking trident and its enormous and fine Ashari dress and a fish, because it's wearing a fish in the picture.
Remy takes the fish, sniffs it. The real fish?
Smells good.
Put that in the old pouch.
Some nice herring. So it's whiffy. Actually, it looks like he's got an eel on him as well. Yeah, there's an eel there as well if you want to take that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That
go.
looks delicious.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And so you guys complete Trial of the Gates.
What happens to the water elemental? Does it just poof?
Yeah, it just.
Remy's gonna call out to the arbiter, like,
More! Say more!
And around you, the dome kind of fades, and you hear the like thundering roar of all the Goliaths, and they seem to be like stamping their feet and roaring their appreciation for the show. And like there's just a wall of noise hits you as soon as the dome falls, and you see the Goliath walking out towards you, and he's giving you a bit of a slow clap, like. And there's a couple others with him, but just everyone in the city kind of showing their appreciation for the show.
Nice to know you ain't dead.
And he sort of nods. As he steps up. That was very impressive. Kind of inclines his head to each of you. Please, we would be happy to heal your wounds and bestow upon you one of the keys of victory. And he sort of turns.
Hey, can I come back here and fight these guys whenever I want?
We will not be remaining here for long. However, with your key of victory, you'll be able to come and visit whenever you need to. And you see him sort of grin at that. Maybe next time I will join you.
All right.
Sort of turns and starts kind of heading back out of the dome, or it's no longer a dome, it's just sort of a circle now. Kind of back up into the city.
What's the key of victory look like?
He hasn't given it to you yet.
Oh, okay.
Byron waves his hand and prestidigitates like the water out of his clothes, and and puts his hair back in place.
I think we'll take a quick break there, guys, because that was like a 2-hour fight. And then we'll come back and do nice celebration things. Okay.
Hey.
Excellent. Hello, Dylan. Big smile.
Hello.
I'm back.
Hello, Dan.
Howdy. I really enjoyed that fight, Rob.
No, it's fun.
I like the variety of enemies, and I like the arena getting in there a bit. And
Yeah, I think I've sort of been in creating that encounter. I was ruminating a lot on every time I finish a fight with you guys. I'm always like, that's what I should have done better, and so I tried to sort of do a bit more of that, thinking about that like ahead of time.
no, I like.
So we had multiple enemies with sort of slightly more tricksy abilities. They hit hard. They were difficult to put down. That 5d12 around was dope.
Yeah.
I tried to incorporate a bit more movement in there, which I think the main thing that would have improved that fight is if we had minis. Because it would have been a bit clearer where everyone was, just because that's quite a sort of complicated encounter room. But I think we managed okay without it.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was fun. I thought there was different stuff going on, and I cast a couple of the spells that Byron doesn't really get to use.
Yeah,
like Dragon, or I don't think that's the first time he's turned invisible, and I've had that forever. And
I think honestly that's probably my favorite fight we've done.
It was a good fight. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was real good.
Maybe.
There's a lot of stuff to keep us on our toes.
Yeah. I don't think it really felt just like a slugfest at any point. And I always like measure the sign of a good fight as like, oh shit, that took 2 hours? Bloody hell. Didn't feel like it. So,
that like 6 rounds took 2 hours.
I mean, 6 rounds is pretty long combat by D&D standards.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. We took a fair bit of damage as far as I can figure, but like we're super in danger of going down. That one round of combat on me did like a third of my health, and I never got hit by the flamey glaive. But
I opened the gate with hitting L for like 50 damage almost.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, oh, it's gonna go like that, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so that I had out of 146 hit points, she took 48. So that was like what, a third of her health?
Yeah.
Almost.
Nice. But it was good though. I liked it.
Us too.
Yeah. Plus, kind of in the Ashari mood. Thinking about campaign 2.
Nice.
Unis.
Making connections.
Yeah. But that, I suppose, is the kind of hopefully more of the caliber of fight that I'm gonna be trying to improve for campaign 2, is have stuff with a bit more going on like that. So I look forward to it.
Sweet.
Also, I love Marids now. It's just so funny.
It's just, genies, you don't get to find them very often.
No.
It's nice to find them all.
Because I was like, I want to do a fight. Trial makes sense. What would planar dudes have in a fight? And I was like, maybe like a horde of elementals. And I was like, that doesn't sound fun. Maybe like, I was going to do this thing with like portal jumping to like different planes. I was like, that could be cool. But seems like, what would they do on each plane? And like, yeah, maybe we want to save. I think I need to workshop that idea a bit more. And I was like, why don't I just do simple, like 4 genies, run them straight out of the book. And yeah, it was good.
They put up quite a fight for like 4 level 15s that are above level 15 power level due to things.
Yeah, I mean, I was rolling like an absolute fucking don, but even still, like they're better than I think I realized, because a lot of 5e monsters are really easy to put down, but
sure,
these guys have a lot of contingency. Although I do find it super weird that, like, the fire elemental only is, or was it, I can't believe, but they've got like no resistances or immunities or vulnerabilities. Like
You
none
think-
of them have vulnerabilities except the Ginny one, who has like thunder, I think it is, or something.
You think that being a magical creature of some power, they would have a bit more going
Yeah.
on, but I kicked out a decent
The,
amount.
the only other thing I don't really like about them is their spells aren't great. Like they've all got summon elemental, and then the rest of it is like planar travel stuff, and then like control water, control fire, that kind of thing, which is like it's fine, but it's more efficient for them just to attack.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I enjoyed that very much. I think everyone's back.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the Goliaths kind of lead you up through the city and back into the temple with the pool that you were at before, which is up quite a few steps, and you're all fairly tired, so it's quite a grueling expedition, this one. When you finally get there, doors kind of fling open, and there's lots of Goliaths kind of watching you in the streets, clapping you on the back with their enormous shoulders, like kind of clapping and smiling and cheering when you go past. And you enter the kind of quiet of the temple, and the doors are closed. And, that one Goliath, and there's this sort of, and then the noise is just cut out completely. It's silent inside. Kind of walk back towards the pool in the center, and he goes around it and sits opposite you all, and kind of inclines his head. That was, as I said before, very impressive, he says in that sort of slow drawl that he has.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Not only have you earned a key to victory, but I think you have earned my name. I am Vorus, and it is a pleasure to have been able to witness you fight. Sort of like, he inclines his head as though he's giving you a sort of, a very big gift, or he gives you the impression that giving you his name like that means a great deal. And so he kind of takes deep breaths, straightens his back. Is there anything you would like to ask, talk about before we undergo the ceremony?
How many times have you left a world? How many times has the chaos followed?
In my lifetime, this will be the first. In the lives of our people, it will be the third.
And each time the chaos came?
Closes his eyes and nods his head.
You know that we aim to combat the threat to our world.
I do.
Would you and your people stay? Help, even? Running hasn't helped so far, but we've united a great many people in a short amount of time. We aim to do more. Would you call this place your home?
He sort of gives like not a pained look necessarily, but a strained look. Our people, our city, has a duty to protect the plains. we cannot risk failure, because if you fail and Evelyn takes over this plane and we stay to fight, then she will take all planes immediately. But if we leave and you fail, there is still a chance that someone else could defeat her. And if we leave and you succeed, then we do not need to have this discussion. That being said, a few of our number feel as you do. And while we have endeavored to keep our presence hidden here, they are free people and have expressed their wish to stay.
In the time of your peoples, do you know like what has been tried against Evelyn? Does she have any weaknesses or things that we should avoid doing that you know won't work?
He shakes his head. There has been nothing. All attempts to stop her have been frivolous. And, well, all attempts to stop her generals have been frivolous up until now. Yet, you have cut through 3. You've done more than anyone has.
Do you know much about her other attempts on the other planes?
Not much. Some. But it always ends the same. A small group of individuals venture forth, brave enough to try and take her on themselves. None return. Except the way they came, the chaos returns and engulfs everything.
Can you tell us anything about the other groups?
They were like you, I suppose. Just people. In one case, they were our people. Goliaths, I mean.
Now, why does it fall to a small group of talented individuals? Why don't armies deal with this problem?
Sort of snorts with a laugh at that. Why don't armies end slavery? Why don't armies...
Sometimes they do.
Well, sometimes. My point is that it is hard to convince a king to send out his army without proof. And when they have proof, it is too late.
All right.
I hope you stay for a little longer at least. We have some issues here that need dealing with, some allies yet to gather. But we do mean to press on those generals and on Evelyn again.
We will need some time to prepare to leave. A week or 2. We'll stay as long as we can. I hope that those among our number who do stay, you'll be able to give them some place to stay.
Now we're full up.
Kidding.
I know.
I wasn't kidding.
Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
When we have the key, you seem to suggest we could visit you, communicate with you.
The key unlocks many doors. One of those doors will always lead you here. Wherever here is.
Will we
Wait,
be
wait,
the
wait.
only ones to use it? You said that if Evelyn gains access to this place, she gains access to all the planes. If we fail, will this key respond, or is it...
This key is bound to you. Evelyn could never use it.
So as long as she doesn't, capture one of us and torture us into using it, right?
Right.
I probably shouldn't have put that out in the
Probably not.
Electron will look down kind of sheepishly.
Will Evelyn be aware that we have this key?
He shakes his head. I do not believe so. She knows that our city acts as a central network between the planes, but I do not believe she knows of the keys.
Does she know where your city is or how to reach your city?
She knows the theory.
Then why doesn't she just move against you?
Because there are a few obstacles between us and her. She knows how to find us, but she does not know where we are. She seeks us out, which is why we have to move. But, well, we will see.
You mentioned that this key will help us gain access to Daskent through a way that she doesn't know. Do you know what we're supposed to do once we're there? Or any kind of inkling? Like, is there a place of her power that, I don't know, some effigy that we need to destroy, or...
Evelyn is Deskant. She is chaos. To destroy her, you must destroy the plane itself.
Awesome.
And
Can we do that?
To do that, you will need to rupture at its very core. But exactly what that is, I'm uncertain. For worlds like this, it is buried deep beneath the earth. But for one such as Evelyn's, where her power is directly tied to the core, it will have to be easily accessible for her. Find the core and destroy it, and I believe that that will destroy Evelyn.
Do you have any insight of how we're supposed to do that?
I don't know.
Do you know anyone that might have that knowledge?
I suppose you'd have to speak to people who've been to that place before.
Well, I have, but I couldn't tell you whether or not I saw her core.
Well, what did you see?
This tall, like, shadow thing. There was a castle, like, far in the distance, but whenever I, like, went towards it, it never got any closer. And, like, I saw like her walking from it, but it wasn't that she got closer, but it was more that she got bigger.
Well, that sounds to me like that would be the right direction to head.
We will try our best, I guess.
He nods. Very well. Let us begin the ritual. Join me. And he kind of holds out his hands, and he kneels down next to the pond, or the pool, and he places his face in the water.
Elishan follows suit.
Aaron does the same with a moment of reluctance.
He just got his shit dry.
Yeah.
Does Remy do it?
So you want me to stick my face in magic water?
He can. He sits underwater.
Oh, fine.
Remy walks in.
Rose Green.
Yeah, Rose will nudge Crean and then,
And Crean just begins like drinking it, like.
of course.
As you look down, it looks impossibly deep, this pool. And at the bottom, there's this kind of glowing golden light. And it begins to grow and grow and grow. And it gets to a point where you're almost unable to hold your breath any longer. And then the light kind of bursts upwards. And you're all kind of jump back out of the water. And kind of floating in the center of the pool is just this nondescript looking golden key. Vorus reaches across, picks it up and inspects it before holding it out for one of you to take it.
I got it.
He lets you have it.
Remy bites it. The real gold?
Yeah, it tastes like it.
Ah, it's real gold. Oh, that's very nice.
He says to use it, you visualize where you wish to go, hold it in the air and turn it as though it were in a door, and, well, the rest will be obvious.
And it works right now.
He nods.
I can go anywhere I want.
You can travel to any plane you want.
Okay. So I can't go to, like, I don't know, back to the keep.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. I don't know no good planes. Where you guys want to go?
Could we use it to get Kidius back? Our friend that's stuck in the void. Or would it not take us to him?
The key would take you to the equivalent location in the void.
So, no.
So, unless your friend is right here in the void, it would not take you to him. I am sorry.
Would he be in the equivalent location of where he disappeared?
It is hard to say. Maybe. But he could have drifted. It is impossible to know distance and direction when there is nothing all around you.
It's been probably a year and a half of drifting, so probably nowhere near where. Okay, never mind.
I would also caution you that once you use the key, you'll be unable to use it for a few minutes. And so do not expect to be able to get in and out of somewhere in seconds.
Elisha nods in understanding.
That is our business concluded. We would heal you, and unless there's anything else you wish to take care of, we would introduce you to those who wish to stay and fight.
Like the things that the genies left behind, are they of any worth?
Do you say that?
No, that kind of me asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're non-magical weapons, but they're very, very, very nice ones.
Probably very big too.
Yeah, they're not like the mole is like, it would take a few of you to lift it.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
That bitch has
It's all
got
right. I got fish. I got a fish and an eel. We're gonna eat good tonight.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, to do?
Nope.
Very well. I wish you luck. Ganab motions towards the door and it opens again. 2 Goliaths pulling it. And the sort of noise hits you again as the, not a cheer or anything anymore, but, you know, there's people moving out there, going about their daily business, and the silence of the temple is cut through.
Just as like people are leaving, Byron would like to try and ask the genie quietly. Do you
The
have
Goliath.
gate? Sorry, yes, the Goliath. Do you have gates to the gods?
Which gods?
The gods of man, of this world.
He kind of shakes his head and he's almost grinning at that. I suppose. Though I would be wary of traveling to the realm of the gods before it is your time. But I feel my advice means little.
Is there like a beach plane and nothing but like, you know, sandy beaches and sunshine?
There is, actually, yes.
What's it called?
We call it the beach plane.
All right.
Take the key out.
Can
Stick it in the air.
Goliath?
Twist it.
I want to go to the beach plane.
There's a noise that sounds like a turning lock, but instead of a clunk at the end, it's almost like the chime of a bell. There's a tung, and this door kind of forms in front of you.
Holy shit!
It's kind of made of these beams of bluish light. It swings open, and before you just see an infinite beach with just the perfect white sand on the left and beautiful turquoise blue ocean on the right. You hear the sound of seagulls above you, and that smell just crashes over you.
So, what, beach episode?
How about after? We have quite a lot to do.
All right. I, Remy, Master of the Key, command you to close.
I am the keymaster. Are you the gatekeeper?
The door swings closed again, and that sound of seagulls is cut off. And we were so close to being able to do the fucking crab encounter that we were talking about. But no, Byron had to go and ruin it. So
Clearly, you have a lack of priorities, Dan.
yeah,
I mean, we could go. You could convince him, maybe. But
I was going to do the crab thing, and you guys were going to be like, "Oh, it's the crab thing," and that was going to be a good bit. But no, it's done now. You can't use the key again for a few minutes.
Well, see, now I'm upset because I don't know what the crab thing is.
The crab thing from fucking Dark Crystal or whatever. Is it Dark
Oh, the
Crystal?
Gartham. The Gartham.
You guys are like, "Oh, what about the crab?" There was going to be a beach hut, and then they were going to just like, "Oh yeah," through the fucking wall.
We walk through and it's burger dish there. And she's all like, hello, pretty. Pretty.
She's just like, oh, she's doing that old woman thing where she's not wearing a top.
yeah, she's getting the tan.
Yeah. Oh well. Maybe another day. Very well. What would you guys like to do?
Sorry, my throat is ruined today for some reason. You mentioned those who are going to stay behind.
Yes, a small group. Maybe 35, 40 individuals. It would take them a few days to get ready, I think, but they are willing.
But you said you will stay. This city will stay here for 2 weeks or more.
Yes.
Can they make their way up to Frosthaven? Or do they need us to come back and show them the way?
They would be able to find the way, but we have no means of traveling quickly.
Can they like send us a bird or something and we'll come pick them up? Byron can just think places, you know, he can do that.
It took me a while to transport that many people without the ship.
I'm just saying.
The ship takes a few days, doesn't it, to get here?
Yeah.
It wasn't a few days. It was maybe most of a day to get here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, that's not too bad. We could leave the ship here, and then that way, whenever they're ready, we can teleport us here and then ride the ship back with them. Or do you not want to be without your ship?
It depends what we're doing, but if we're going to go a Dawn Guard and search a ship, may be useful. I know. We can always come and pick them up when. Are your people able to get in touch with us? What we could do with them?
We have some that could do that, yes.
Do they need to meet us before we go?
Yes, I think so. I don't pretend to understand it myself.
Very well. All I ask of you and your people is that you stay as long as you can stay. See what we can achieve. I understand that your priorities lie elsewhere, and I'm sure every group before us was determined that this would be the last place that Evelyn invaded, the last place that she gained a foothold. But like you said yourself, we've got further than any other, defeated her generals. This will be the last time.
He nods all the way through your words. He says, I will do my best to keep us here for as long as I can. But we cannot jeopardize.
Yeah, fate of the universe, we get it.
anything else.
Take us to those who will stay then.
So he's going to lead you to basically the sort of down, like kind of round the loops a little bit until you get to this kind of fairly small house carved in, and he knocks on the door, and another Goliath comes to the door, and he is much shorter than most of the others you see. He has this sort of Mohican style hair, but it's not tall. It's shaven, and he's wearing a robe that covers kind of all of his torso, which again is sort of very unusual for all the Goliaths you've seen. They like to, show off their muscles or something, I suppose. And sort of gives you all like a curt nod. And the two Goliaths exchange words in Giant, which I don't know if any of you speak.
Nope.
But it just sounds like rumbling boulders and this sort of strange twisting of the tongue. And the robed figure kind of steps out. It is good to meet you. And you can tell kind of immediately that he isn't as proficient in common as the other, and he seems to be. It seems to you that Vorus is clearly kind of the designated like outsider liaison, and he says, "I wish to stay and fight, but I understand you need me to talk to you." And he sort of like points to his head.
We do. What is your name?
Mashok.
You have a
Mashak?
little
I was just gonna
Mashok.
say,
Mashok. It's in the chat.
I'm Elishan.
Kurt
Byron
nod.
turns to Rose.
And we're her friends.
Excellent. He says,
Dude. We have little time and a great many things to do. But if you will stay and join the allies we've already gathered, we would be grateful.
I will stay. My wife, she will stay. But you must tell me when you need see me. And then he sort of like gives like a sort of curious look to Vorus.
Elishan also looks to Boris. I thought you said that they would need a place to stay. Does he not wish to come to Frosthaven?
I think what he means is, should you need him before we leave, if Evelyn attacks or you plan to make your assault before then you are to contact him, and he will rally those who are fighting alongside you. But if afterwards, if we leave, then he will contact you.
Elishan nods and kind of smiles brightly at Mashuk and be like, "Yes, we'll call you if we need you."
Good. Sort of nods, and you can tell that he doesn't necessarily mean just good, but maybe isn't sure on proper common niceties. Is there anything else you need to discuss with him? Boris asks.
What is he, or what are you able to do? Do Oglaris hold the ability to manipulate the planes? Those who wear the robes? Do you want to go to Descent, or would you fight for the humans?
I
The
cannot
elves?
speak for the others, but I will fight where there is fighting. My wife.
Byron kind of like waits a moment for more.
It says, "My wife, she will fight where is fighting." He just kind of frowns up at you.
Byron kind of nods after a moment, accepting that that's all he's going to get. That's all we can ask.
It is what you will get. Boris sort of like watches the exchange with a kind of half bemused expression. Well, I think that's all you're going to get out of him. Do you wish for healing? To stay the night? Anything else? Our city is open to you.
Do you have places for learning things that could be taught? I'm a quick learner.
We tend to teach through more traditional means, with word of mouth, though we do have some records that you could see.
He looks to others, perhaps mostly Elishan.
I'll might spend the night.
I'd love to learn more about the planes.
Yeah, me too.
The planes are a new science. The humans are at least a cutting-edge one. I think we could gain a lot from your people.
Very well. I will kind of blanks at me. I will put you in touch with the people you should speak to. Though, I caution, it is easy to find yourself lost in the various histories of the collected planes. It would be wise to begin such an endeavor when you have more time. Though, as I said, our city is open to you, and whatever your decision is, we will honor it.
I would like to spend some time here.
Of course.
Believe me when I say that I can consume a great deal of what you have to know quicker than you may think.
Good.
Yeah,
I can take you there now if you would like. Or if you would prefer to eat, rest, whatever it is.
Byron's like on 2/3 health. He's a little beat up, but I think he's more keen to learn, maybe, even if he's like bleeding from the side of his mouth or whatever.
All right.
Neil, he's gonna get blood on the book.
He compressed. What compressed did you take?
So what's it going to be then? What does everyone want to do in this weird ass city?
You don't have to go through all of the knowledge or whatever with me, but like I think Byron would be keen to spend half a day or something to just try and learn as much about Goliath and Plains and the other places as much as possible, if any of it helps.
Yeah, a lot
Alice
of
John would go too.
a lot of what you learn is stuff that Dan and C would already know, and to some extent, you find kind of alternative ways that the Goliaths have found of explaining, the science that they might describe things in kind of more trivial ways. So whereas, you might talk about the planes being coterminous and, meeting and overlapping and that sort of thing, they see it as a tree with branches and the leaves brush up against one another from the different branches. And so they have this sort of, almost legendary or mythical way of describing what you perceive to be hard science kind of thing. So it's a kind of different and maybe interesting, maybe infuriating way, but altogether more pretty, more scenic, more romantic way of describing the facts that is contained within. You kind of discover accounts of what happened when the Goliaths left, and essentially it came down to chaos began to take over. Everything was about to crumble, and then the Goliaths got out of there at the last second.
So we can infer from that we have mere weeks, potentially.
That's the impression that you're getting.
And those records or whatever, is there anything about like the people that tried to stop to stop them? Because I don't know, Elish, every once in a while Elishan kind of remembers like the way Durukai and Evelyn seem to recognize her.
Yeah.
Try to say that they did.
Yeah.
And
so you read, there's quite a lot on this band of Goliath heroes called the Red Fists, who kind of struck out from everyone else to go and take on Evelyn head to head, but they were never seen again. And there is a bit on the first plane that the Goliaths were on where there is some references to the people who fought. And you can make an investigation check if you'd like.
investigation.
You want me to? As
Do
well
I have
as, or-
advantage?
You can have advantage because Byron helping.
Okay. She's gonna kind of mention what she's looking for, I guess. I'm going to inspire myself because I can do that now.
Oh, you can. Nice. Okay.
I have fearless skill now. Level 14, baby. Ooh, I got a 12 on my fucking inspiration dice. So that's a 24 plus 6 for 30.
Okay, yeah. So you're kind of scouring through and you find this passage. It's not very long, but it plays. It references not by name, but it references a woman who essentially stood amongst warriors, though she wasn't a warrior herself, and she fought against the chaos but she used different means, and everything you read sort of like seems to filter through the lens of what you've suggested, and it sounds as though by the time you finish that there was a very, very similar person to you in almost every detail that the Goliaths have prepared in the first iteration of Chaos, who stood against Evelyn. She,
Like
you
a
know,
bard?
she's described, yeah, like a bard. She's described as being a half-blood. She's described as being timid, but brazen and strong of heart, and all this kind of thing. And you know, it's very flowery literature, but still kind of gives you the impression that it's like, you know, if they were writing about me, I get the impression that the things they'd write would be almost identical.
I don't know what that means or what this means. She'll kind of say to Byron. But I suppose it does explain some things. Maybe it's just coincidence.
As far as I can see, there is no one akin to me in any of these books, so it may well be different this time. He says with like a wry smile.
No, she was about to say, well, there was like, you know, this one Goliath over here that they, but like, you know, if he's going to be like that, then never mind.
Oh, that's great. You can have inspiration for that, Ted. I just love that so much.
And it's only like that in the first account?
Yeah. So that was the first one. Then in the second one, it was a group of Goliaths who went out to face Evelyn themselves. And you are not allowed to take these files with you, Egyptian-style parchment rolls, but they're like, you're very welcome to copy them down. And they'll provide you paper and stuff if you need it. But they won't let you take the originals.
I think this knowledge would go some distance, even with its mythical lens. They've obviously travelled much more than many of us have. Could be of use to the halls.
You also, I suppose you would get sort of an impression of their society a bit more through this writing, where there seems to be kind of these three main castes. Yes, where basically like there's the sort of warriors and you know, people who spend their lives to lend strength to their people, and then there's people who spend their lives building their minds to lend intelligence and will to their people. And then there's the sort of clerical side who are kind of in between, who like Vorus would fall into, where, you know, he is, you know, not the strongest Goliath, he's not the smartest Goliath, but his job is to protect the city and you know, deal with the city. And so they are like the most respected, and there's the fewest of them, but they are these kind of, they are a big deal in that they're kind of the decision makers and the people who are, you know, they're the big wigs, and the others are sort of not necessarily lesser, but you know.
So warriors, priests, and admins, basically?
I would say it's more like warriors, wizards, and clerics, but clerics in the clerical sense rather than the.
Yeah, that's why I said
Mhm.
admins.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not necessarily clerks, but they are like, you know, they do perform administrative roles, but they're also, you know, decision makers. They are the wise ones, essentially. It's like wisdom, int, strength you're looking at. So like Vorus, he is one of the top guys. But
Why would you do anything other than strong?
yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions that you want to ask that these records might tell you?
I think Byron's interested in learning as much, just generally, of all the history and all the planes that they've traveled to. Anything new that he might be able to bring back in terms of knowledge. If there's anything useful,
There's nothing like in the remainder of time that you have. There's probably nothing like mind blowing that you discover, but there's like cool tidbits and like interesting things, references to planes that you're like, oh, I must research that and maybe travel there once this is all over because that sounds fascinating.
Can Alishan close her eyes, spin around a few times, and then grab like the first thing she sees, and just to see what? Maybe.
Sure. Okay. Roll me a d20.
Okay. 9.
Okay, you discover reference to a great plague that once hit the city and almost wiped it out. Essentially, what happened was someone went to a plain that was a deep and very hot jungle, and it took them a while to return because they'd lost their key, and so they spent ages searching for the key. And then when they finally were able to return, they brought back with them a virulent and vicious disease that wiped out like a quarter of the city's population. Yes.
No bueno. Okay. Alishan's ready to go.
Very well. And so that about does it for Algar, unless there's anything else you guys would like to do while you're here.
Are we camping here? Or we're flying back?
We're going to fly back.
We are.
But
Okay.
there was talk about us resting here, but we can fly back now, I guess. If everybody's
time is it now?
You're looking at sort of mid-afternoon, I would say.
Okay. Well, it's a little early to go to bed. I guess if we can fly back and be back in time for bed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sleeping arrangements on the ship as well, so at the very least you get a nap on the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
The ship flies itself if Byron uses the autopilot.
Awesome. So you bid your farewells to the now much less irritating seeming Goliaths that were so infuriating to begin with. And you begin to head north towards Frosthaven. And I think we'll probably just end it there, unless there's anything else anyone wants to quickly do, because I know Dylan's got to go soon, and so we don't want to start something else that's going to, take 4 hours.
I mean, just what I discussed with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that might be our next session opening, though. I like that.
Okay.
A big, long, descriptive scene.
Ooh.
But the only thing I will say then is that you look out as you sort of arrive towards Frosthaven. You see a building in the far distance, but in the distance north, there's a black cloud on the horizon, backlit by a threatening blue glow.
No.
And I reckon that's a good place to stop.